Yeah, we can talk about that real quick. I mean, it doesn't have to be a long ass scrim if you don't feel like hitting all the topics. It's your show. You do you. I just tag along.
I was gonna say we're 24 minutes late. We're live, but damn, I didn't realize time flew by that quick. I could do the intro. We got one person watching. Welcome, guys.
What are you, some sort of hexacan?
Welcome to the Worst Damn Crypto Show. Period. I'm your host, Romanian Dan, and today, of course, I got with me Allan Fils-Aime.
What it do?
What's
What it
going?
do?
Yeah, sorry about that. If anyone is watching right now and was waiting, sorry about that. But yeah,
It's just me
um,
watching on my YouTube channel.
okay,
It's perfect.
it's
Yeah, we can
two
just.
people right now, so it's you and someone else.
That's all we need. That's all we need. Just the two of us.
But
But
yeah, we were talking in the green room about strategies, waterfall type stuff. We were looking at the God whale, I guess, stake that's about to end. And yeah, I don't
yeah,
know. What do you want to start with?
yeah. I mean, I guess we can start with the God whale. I mean, everybody's kind of really looking into that. I have clearly, I don't have any information that I can help present to anyone on screen. But if you are going to be staking your X, you better do it soon because we have 24 hours to do it. And I mean, the T-shirt. I think that people are finally going to understand. I hope that people start getting the value of T-shares because once they see this jump, even at the low price of what are we like 4.8 cents right now, they're going to feel it. They're really going to feel it. And the Godwell can go ahead and keep doing this for a while. I mean, if he does this for another 45 days with the yield that he's accumulating, or chooses to do it 60 days out, we're going to have incredible amounts of jumps in the T-share rate, and people will not be able to capture that yield. And they're going to have to punt those things out, 15 years, which they should be doing already. But a lot of people aren't, and I think that that's really going to capture the attention of a lot of people. And tied in with all this staking ban from centralized exchanges that they're doing right now as well. Um, People are going to be looking for yield. They're going to look at Hex, and big money I think is going to start coming into the space and just locking that thing up, and they're going to maximize it. And the people who have been here for a while, just keeping it liquid, you're going to get left behind big time. That's just my opinion. But yeah, um, any thoughts, Dan?
Yeah, I was trying to do some quick math. I think it's a 2% increase in the T-share price based off dollar value. So I did, if it's 600 hex times 4.7 cents, it's like $28, something like that. Current T-share price is 12.15, 1,200. So if you divide 28 by that, it's like 2% increase. Yeah, so it's like
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah,
big. Here, I'll share my screen. I'm pretty sure
perfect.
this is the actual stake, but it's what is that? 2.1 billion hex. It's 93,990, almost 94,000 T shares.
That's
The
insane.
current yield is 27 million hex at 4.7 cents. I think I did the math earlier. It was like $1.2 million
Wow.
that he just got in 45 days. But yeah, once he unstakes this, from what I heard in the spaces, it's an increase in, I think, by 600 hex if you're trying to get that T-share. Let me see if I click on the home page. I think they have this
There
here.
it
Yeah.
is.
So we
There it is
should
right there.
be somewhere like around here after 26,452.
Yeah, and there's also going to be, I mean, on top of that, there's going to be all these other stakes that are ending around the same time. Some big ones too. There's one right under it, at least T-share wise, with 2,848 T-shares ending on the same date. So that's going to help ratchet that thing up. It's going to be an insane jump, and we have a lot more scheduled jumps in the future. So people are, Axis and all these people I've been talking about feeling max pain on the way up, getting left behind with all these traders selling at a low price. A lot of people are gonna start getting left behind on the T-shirt rate pretty fucking soon.
Yeah, I saw a tweet by Johnny Chaos today. It's like if once we get to $1, it's like 26K per T-shirt.
Yeah,
We're gonna hit at the current rate, but yeah,
it's insane.
I
bought
a couple of years. I feel like we're gonna be at $1, so we'll see.
no sooner than that.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice at all whatsoever. But I mean, think about it. We were at what 53 cents, 50 cents, whatever it was at the all-time high. And I remember buying the living crap out of the top. And I felt great because I was still making gains. I started, somewhere around my initial investment, somewhere around 6 cents or so. And then all that run up all the way to 50 cents, I was like, oh my God. And I staked that stuff out, like weird ass stakes, like 5-year, 7, just random. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Just threw them out there, like a 2-year stake. I did a test stake for like a year. And now I'm looking at it, like I should have just punted all that stuff out. I would have felt much, much better about my return. But I bought a ton at the top too, somewhere around 40 cents. And people forget that 50 cents was around there. So with the amount that I've been DCAing into, all I need is $2. And I'm set. I'm all good. I'm set for a while. And then I have my ICOSA yield, and I have my HEDRON, and I got my perpetuals, and we got PULSECHAIN coming out. So I'm good with all this. People just have very short-term memory. Very short-term memory. They don't remember what it was like to have a 50-cent hex. You get 2 hex per dollar. 2 hex per dollar. I don't think people get that. Right now you get 21 hex per dollar. That's an incredible discount that people are missing out on. And if people think that hex is done, I think they're in for a surprise. A big, big surprise. So we're left behind.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what it does next bull run compared to everything else.
It's going to be insane.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I mean, I hope so, but we'll see. I mean, we were what, 1.6 cents? Something like that was the bottom.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and then and at 3 cents, so you double your money. At 6 cents, another double.
100x is $1.60. Yeah. So, but we did a 10,000 the first time. So
yeah, and
maybe
the
we can
system
get
is just
1,000. That'd be crazy if we get like 1,000. No.
Yeah, and I mean, you got
everyone. I was gonna say everyone that's been around this whole time DCAing. If we do like 1,000, everyone's gonna be set. Including obviously old OGs that are already set.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I felt the power of the DCA already because, I mean, like I said, my average was around 36, 37 cents with as much money as I threw into the top. And right now, I think my average is just below 5 cents because I just went in heavy all the way towards the bottom. I had my limit orders in there, didn't sell a single thing. And I basically 7x'd my bag from the time that, or close to like 8x'd my bag essentially from the time that I got to the top to the bottom. It was insane. So I basically threw right about the same economic energy that I threw in at the top. I threw it down at the bottom, and I got 8x more. So to me, it's just insane, and I'm already doing great because of my yield, because of I was able to mint ICOSA, because I was able to mint my HEDRON. Yeah, I gave up some of my T-shirts for that ICOSA, but it's already basically paid it back. So it's all Gucci on this end. People need to understand how to use the system a little bit better to their advantage and realize what they have in their hands, which are little money printers. I mean, we were talking about the ICOSA yield and how you can do rolling stakes. And it's just literally just a money printer. And if everything kind of comes to fruition the way that, Sloth has been talking about, if you go to his website, look into hedron.com, you're going to see that you play around with the moon calculators. And even at 50% discounts on both Hedron and ICOSA at certain prices with the hex price and the t-shirt rates, like you're really raking in some decent yield. And this could be, and if you're rolling that thing every, my strategy is every 2 weeks, I'm going to unlock one of those things and get more hex, or if I need to be doing something else with it, I can do that, knowing that I'm not touching my principal anymore. And I think this is maybe an easier concept for people to understand how that can work, because there are no long-term lock periods in comparison to what you can do with hex. The max you can do is 360 days in ICOSA. With hex, it's 15 years plus 2 months. So seeing that system of hex working in a shorter time scale, I think has helped people understand what hex can actually do if they do their ladders properly, if they're staking properly throughout the entire time. They just got to have a longer time horizon to think about these things, but get a really good example of how powerful compounding is, and staking and locking your things up, not being able to sell them right away, and holding on just even 90 days or half a year, whatever you want to do, and having yourself set up properly. It's just, income coming in, just residual income every single week if you wanted to.
Yeah, you could still hold your ICOSA for 15 years though.
Yeah,
Just have
100%.
the mint stake. But I like it. I mean the payout's been great, and it the when you were talking, I was just thinking like it teaches you discipline. If you do the 30 days, 90 days, you got to go in there, look at it. If you're gonna do the waterfall strategy like we were talking about, you have to unstake it, restake it, do all that fun stuff. So it's
you got to.
interesting, and for someone that's new and into crypto, it'd be a good entry point, especially with the bear market, and also just learning those habits is good.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it really is the best way to explain or have people visualize this in a way that they don't feel locked in for so long and have that weird fear in the back of their heads, like, oh, what if crypto's not around 10 years from now or 7 years from now? Because a lot of people have very short-term goals. Like, oh, throw $20,000 at this, and in a year I'm going to be a millionaire. It's like, oh, sorry, here's a bear market. Here's a kick in the nuts. But if you really follow the principles that Richard Hart has set out there, it's like hold your thing. And we're lucky that for holding we get rewarded. Not every crypto gets that. Hardly any crypto gets that, really. And I mean, look at the Bitcoiners. They just had to hold. No yield, nothing, just hold. Boring. We get to have fun along the way. We get to make ladders. We get to get free copies of this stuff and know that it's going to have some sort of value, not a price value, but just value in general and yield on another chain that is heavily supported with a lot of liquidity. So it's like getting your Ferrari copied over. Like, why wouldn't you want your Ferrari copied over? Of course I would. So for people who are still on the fence about it, do your research, learn about it, understand what it is you want to get out of it, and stick to it. But don't make the mistake that a lot of people do: write it off simply because you don't like the founder, or you're listening to other people's advice and not actually looking up the information yourself and understanding how it actually works. Because now the people who have stuck around, even the small guys, I started out small, like real small, like it would be insignificant to a lot of people. But because of that, and I understood the system, I've been able to take advantage of it. And now that I'm taking advantage of it, I can go ahead and print myself X amount of yield, and I can plan on having some sort of residual income every 2 weeks if I choose to, without even touching my hex. My hex is the long term, my retirement plan, all that good stuff. But in the short term, a derivative of that, because of my patience and because I sat down and learned how to properly do things, and literally you have to practice the patience, because even in the short term stakes in ICOSA and doing this waterfall strategy, you still have to do the initial setup, right? Even if you do 12 different wallets and they unlock every 90 days, you still have to wait those 90 days. And then the first one unlocks. And then you got to wait and you got to wait. And then once you get in a rhythm, it's just going to go ahead and just be easier going forward the way that I was explaining it to you. So, for everybody out there who's thinking about doing something good with, their investment, read into it, watch the strategies, listen to the people who know, go to the websites that give you all the information, look at the on-chain data, and then give it a try. There's no reason why you shouldn't be, looking into something that's immutable, can't be changed, and you're in charge of.
So when we were talking about earlier,
Yep.
what did we say was like the minimum? So with your waterfall strategy, there's a minimum amount of ICOSA you want to stake in order to generate a yield high enough to be able to cover the fees that you need to unstake and restake and do all that good stuff.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So are you a bit hold on, do you want to go to Hex Model?
Yeah, I can pull up the site. Yeah, hexmodel.com, right?
Yeah, I sent you the link in private chat.
Okay, all right,
just
thanks.
in case. So the idea, and now I was talking to Dan earlier in the green room, and I was having issues with the minimum or the maximum amount of stake ICOSA for me to keep it at 90 days. But there must be something I'm not accounting for. And if anyone's listening and wants to hop in chat and tell me what it is that I'm missing, let me know. So if you go to, let's go to ICOSA. Perfect. Are you able to make it full screen by any chance? Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, sort of. Hold on, let me take a look real quick. I think the lettering is a little small, but you guys will get the idea. So if you look on the screen on the left side, it'll say, hold on, there you go.
What's the shortcut to zoom in? Because I'm on a Mac, but I got a freaking...
No, that's good. No, you can see that well.
Oh, it's good
that's
now?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep, that's beautiful. So on the left side, it'll give you the classes, right? Whale, shark, dolphin, squid, and turtle. Then it'll give you the minimum stake length and the minimum stake amount. So this is the minimum to be within that class, and it'll give you the max stake. So in the way that I'm doing it, I want to do 90 days. So I want to hold squid positions. That's what I want to do, assuming since there's no bigger pays better, if you just have your ICOSA laying around, spread out throughout different wallets, theoretically you should be getting relatively close to the same yield. Even though you have each wallet will have a smaller percentage of the staking pool, you should be yielding about the same. Now, I did initially 3 different stakes, 1 large one, and then 2 squid ones at 90 days. And then the other one was a larger one at 270 days, which is a shark position. And I got the same yield amount. I think it was maybe off by like 0.2%. No, 0.02%. It was like some minuscule amount less yield for the smaller ones. So I went ahead and did the maximum squid, which on here says 291. You would do whatever amount, because this is going to go ahead and change, I'm guessing, over time. You do the maximum for that squid, and you do 6 or 7 wallets, which in turn will open up every 90 days. And so I would go ahead every 2 weeks, take the yield out, redistribute if I want to, sell some for ETH, maybe swap it over to for Hex and stake that, or just hold it liquid until I have a big enough bag to do a Hex stake. And you would do that with each single one, and then you can go ahead and redistribute the remaining of your yield into a brand new wallet, which adds another 90-day wallet. That way you're continuously, and then you have a whole year covered, right? So you're just going in a circle like a waterfall. It's just going to keep on rolling. So every 2 weeks, I'm just getting yield, compounding it. And then if I want, I can add it to a large stake, which I did personally. So I have a bunch of little stakes, and I have a really large shark stake that I'm just letting that, it's going to be 270 days. And then I do have another wallet that has a whale account that I'm just going to let that sort of ride for 360 days, and I might compound that. or I don't know what I'm going to do with that. But the idea is that I have one large one and be in each class, essentially, is what I want to be, except for turtle. Turtle's way too small. And if everything works out the way it's supposed to, where the ICOSA price is tied to the hex price and the t-share rate, and it ratchets up, even at discounts, you're making really good yield. So 291 ICOSA, and let's see here. I'll go to the ICOSA moon math on look into HEDRON real quick, and let's say that we're back at 25 cents.
I have the looking at HEDRON pulled up.
Oh, perfect. Let
me reshare this, but I've never used that site, so maybe.
Oh, it's super easy, man. CryptoSlot did an amazing job. It's foolproof.
So, all right, can you see it?
Yep. If you want to go to the ICOSA moon math, yeah. Second one, yep. Perfect. So what this will tell you, it's the ceiling price, what is considered to be a discount on ICOSA, and this is simply based on how much ICOSA you can get per t-share if you want to turn your HSIs into ICOSA. So at some point there's an arb point where you get more ICOSA than your HSI is worth, and so that's when you hit the ceiling price technically, and it has gone above that in the past where it's at a premium. So people were just selling their HSIs for, let's say, something that's worth $1,000, and they were getting $1,300 worth of ICOSA. So now you're getting more money for something. They would keep repeating that until there was nothing else to arbitrage. But the point here is that if you scroll up and you go to the hex price, and let's say hex is at 25 cents, because we know it's gone to 50 cents. And then the t-share rate currently at 20, let's put that in at 31,000, because I think we're gonna.
Why are we doing 31?
So I'm just projecting, right?
How many years down the road? Let me see.
Well, I mean, we're going from what, 25 to 26? And if you go to
let me look. Yeah, I'm looking right now.
Yeah, if you go to hexfire.io,
hexfire.io homepage, so 31, we should be November of this year. Oh, okay, this year, yeah. So end of the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's getting scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking it's like longer than that, but okay, yeah.
That's 7,000 hex in t-share rate going up in 1 year. And at 50 cents, that's a shit ton of money. That's 16 grand per t-share.
Yeah, let's do 56 cents, because I believe we're gonna get to the. Okay. Well, okay. No. Oh, you're saying by end of the year? I don't see we'll do that. Let's do
25. You don't think we get to 25 cents by the end of the year?
We could.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Right. You do. Okay, you put whatever 25. Number you want. Yeah, I think that's a reasonable low expectation number, and then you hit calculate.
Well, can we just do today's price?
Yeah. So 047 if we remain at the same price and the t-share rate ratchets up.
Okay, and then I don't understand this aspect. Yep. Okay.
So if you hit the calculate button.
Okay.
Yep. This is going to be a little funky. So because the price remained the same, but the t-share rate went up, which it shouldn't work that way, it's going to give you, ceiling price. So the ceiling price on ICOSA is basically that arbitrage point, right? Where I told you where if you turn in an HSI, you get more ICOSA with dollar value, with more dollar value than the stake itself is worth. So people will arb that. So like you have something cheap and you turn it in and it give you something more valuable, you're going to repeat that, right? Now you got ICOSA, $1,300, you turn in 1,000, and you restake it, you're making a profit every time you're doing that. So it's really hard for it to get to the ceiling price, I think, in general, at least for now, until hex runs up. But even at a 50% discount, with the t-share rate going up that high, even at the current price, ICOSA ideally, which has been running at about a 50% discount, it's estimated to be worth about $1.23.
That's a good number. I like that. Okay.
That's a decent number, right? So
yeah, it's like 60% off from where we started. I think we started around $2, right? I don't know the math, but I just.
Yeah, it started up high. I think it went up as high as
like 3.
I have it here
I
somewhere.
think it was 3, so that's why I was saying 60%. I meant to say 3, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it went that high.
but yeah,
That's not gonna
it's
work.
a good price. Okay, so if it's $1.23,
Right. So, all right. And so now let's say the APY remains the same and you're getting 200 and let's say you're getting 300 ICOSA every 2 weeks, getting
from the
$369
squid position that we were
from the
talking
squid
about
position.
earlier. Okay.
Yep. And so every 2 weeks you're getting essentially $370 if it remains the same price, right? Now you have residual income coming in. You have passive income every 2 weeks and you can use that for a car payment. You can use that to buy more Hex. You can use that to compound. You can use that to save gas money for the future stakes that you're going to end on Ethereum because gas prices are going to go up eventually. And you need at least, I think the calculations like 1.2 ETH at the max. Gwei, like if Gwei is like really high, it's going to be like 1.2 ETH. And if ETH in 10 years is worth $17,000, you're going to need close to 20 grand. Now, you make the argument that there might be some sort of system where people will able to end your stakes and they take a profit from it, all this stuff. But then you're relying on middlemen, a third party person to come and save the day. Ideally, you're doing this stuff on your own. In any case, so now you have this rolling 2 week income, right? Now, if you want to scroll up real quick, Dan,
Yeah, I
let's do your
switched the
scenario.
price to 25 cents.
Okay.
Same T-share rate, 31,000 hex.
Okay. Beautiful. At a 50%
So now,
now,
yeah,
50% discount. This is all theoretical, right? It should be theoretically up, more like a 25% discount. Now we're doing the math on 50% off, that this thing's on the discount. So what does that get us? It's 300 if the yield remains the same at 655. Now you're getting $2,400 every 2 weeks. That sounds like a mini money printer to me. So
I like that.
you know what I mean? So it's so beautiful, to tell you the truth, because we know that Alex from Hedron just does things according to how Richard Hart likes to do things. And we know that Richard loves to maximize and squeeze the life out of every single thing and maximize everything that it has. And I think this is a perfect example where we got Hedron for free, and now we're not getting the ICOSA for free, but we're able to maximize small dollar amounts, and because it's tied to the T-share rate, and this is a huge circle, recycling itself and going up together, that we can maximize our small amount of capital that we put into the system. And now we have, just because you're holding and recompounding for a year until the bull market comes again, now you're making $2,400 every 2 weeks. You exercise patience, you know what I mean, and you used your brain, and now you're also interacting with a contract that only you can run every single time. Not that a project manager, a CEO, or anyone, a developer, says, "Oh, I upgraded the contract. Oh, we got to pause this." No, you do it when you want, according to the rules of that contract, and you're in charge of your own timing. Oh, we got people in the chat now, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, I
People
responded
showed
to
up.
one of them. So we were looking at a squid position there, right? I think it's 250 to 290 ICOSA, and you're gonna have to stake it a minimum of 90 days.
Yeah, no, the squid position is minimum stake 29 ICOSA, and then 291 being the max. So once you cross that threshold, you go into the dolphin, which adds another 90 days, which then locks it for 100 days. So for those that missed it, essentially, I unlocked one of my only ICOSA, well, my large one that I did, and I took that yield and I spread it across 6 different wallets. that are going to unlock every 90 days. And then I'm going to take that yield and maybe do another 6 more and time it so that every 2 weeks I'm unlocking something. And if I'm going to keep compounding them, it's just going to keep printing and printing and printing. At some point, I'm going to stop because of the gas fees. But you're also getting HEDRON in that ICOSA yield. So you could potentially sell off your HEDRON for gas for each one of those wallets. So it's self-sustaining itself the entire time. You don't need to go and get fresh capital to buy, to pay for the ETH gas. And right now, Gwei is a little bit low. So it's a good time for you to be accumulating that. So if you have like $50, or even you get to $100 per wallet worth of ETH, you're kind of guaranteed that you're going to be able to transact every single time. And if you're able to unlock, do 2 transactions, unlock, and then sell a portion and gather that ETH, transact on the day that Gwei is low, potentially a Sunday, not a big deal. You can wait a little bit longer. It's just a little bump on the road. So you just gotta, think about it. I mean, Crypto Sloth has been talking about it. Access, all these guys have been talking about it for a long time. I think people have, a lot of people have not paid attention to the system and what it can actually do and how powerful it is.
What's the APY we've been getting? Because I feel like in my 90-day stake, am I wrong to say I think I got 100%?
Yeah, a little bit over 100. So
what's
mine,
360 divided by 9 is 4. So we're getting about 400% right now. Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
I
think it
is
dropped
that
down because
supposed to happen going forward? Like, are we
so
foreseeing that to go down, or do you know anything
well,
about that?
what do we know, right? Less people staking means higher yield, typically. So right now, ICOSA is at 91% staked. If you look at according to the website, right, 91.7% staked. That's insane. Like I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, Hex doesn't even have that. We're not even close to that. So if it depends, if people stop staking and start selling off, or they go to liquidity positions, they want to do LP, we're going to have less stake. That means that the yield's going to keep going up. And I think they have an inflation model on there. So if people want to take a look at hexmodel.com, there's a chart on there that shows you what the inflation is for it. But for now, it's paying a little bit over 100%. I think somewhere like 112, 111%. And if more people stake, then that's less supply, which means the price goes up a little faster because there's less supply. So that's an easy one. But I foresee it remaining the same for a while, unless a big whale comes in and just, someone actually did go in and staked a ton of ICOSA not too long ago and brought the APY down, because I think we were getting closer like 150 for a while.
Yeah, I mean, I think by the end of the year it'll go down. But
but that just means that
it's off how many people use the system, right?
Exactly. And there are people who are going to lose their keys to their crypto wallet. Unfortunately, there are people who have long time horizons, really far into the future, who probably won't look at this for another 3 to 4 years, or until the bull run comes around, comes along. Like, oh yeah, I got that ICOSA stake. Let me look at it. But if you're a smaller player, you may want to consider, look at the gas cost, make sure that you're not breaking the bank. Try to use what is already in the system. At some point, you don't want to keep bringing fresh money in, but you want to grow what you have within it. And we're in a system that basically every token within the Hex ecosystem gives you yield. Basically every coin. I can't think of one that doesn't. So you should be able to grow your bags with whatever you already put in. And if you can't put fresh capital in during the dips to get more of it, whatever it is that you have or want to obtain, then you can just use the system to grow your bags exponentially. And what you want to do is go for units. You don't want to go for dollar price. You want to get more of the thing that's giving you more of the same thing over and over and over again. So it doesn't matter about the dollar value. It's about getting more of that, that money printer. Just like Pulse Dogecoin, they have their ASIC tokens. They call them miners, so people are able to visualize that a little bit better, maybe. But it's the same idea.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what do you think the price is gonna do next? Because I'm gonna buy some ICOSA, some more ICOSA.
I am not
But
a
you
chart
just said it
person.
doesn't matter. Get it now. Stake it.
Well, no. I mean, if you should be able to have it. I mean, most people in the ecosystem have it, right? And DCA is probably the best thing to do. What you need to be watching is the T-share rate, because the ICOSA price is very much tied to the T-share rate, because the T-share rate affects the hex price. There's a liquidity bond between the two of them, and there's a liquidity bond between Hedron, hex, and ICOSA. So everything's going to move up together. So if one, if the father of the entire coin system, which is hex, goes up, everything else, by default, almost will go up. And that's just what I've been told. That's what I've seen happen for the past year. The Hart's law. So you're seeing it in real time, in a very small scale. So imagine what the jumps are going to be when hex goes to whatever 25, 30 cents. ICOSA almost by default, because of the ratios that are set already in the LPs, unless that becomes decorrelated somehow where people pull out the LP. I can see that happening during the Pulse launch, where people are going to be pulling LP out. But outside of that, that special event, I don't see that happening, and I think it's going to remain locked. And I think people will recognize that. Bigger wallets will always go in and see an opportunity and say, okay, that event is over. This thing is decorrelated. There's going to be an arbitrage point where, like, this is really cheap right now. They're going to come in and buy it, throw someone in the LP, or LP providers are going to come back and put that liquidity back in, pairing it back again. And that's the way that ecosystem works the best. So I'm just repeating what I've heard, by the way.
We're only a little over 2x from the all-time low, so I don't foresee ICOSA going back there again. So if you look at the big picture, you're good.
Yeah, yeah, you're pretty much all right. You're gonna be doing all right. You just, people gotta go watch a video, go read stuff on it. There's plenty of content. That's the one thing we're blessed
You got
with
me
on this
excited,
ecosystem.
Allan. You got me fucking excited. You really do, man. I'm about to do this waterfall shit. It's starting to...
Well, you got to keep in mind too. I mean,
back in the game, baby.
The gas fees. I mean, think about the gas fees, and also you have to think about, if the yield does go down, does it become worth it? Does it? I think it does, because if the yield goes down, then that means less available coins to purchase on the market. But it's a self-regulating system. There are enough players with bigger bags who have really good understanding of the system, and no one's going to leave an arbitrage point just hanging out with free money. Like, people are going to take advantage of it. It's crypto. It happens every single time. It's not a dead coin. It's not a dead token. It has plenty of value behind it. So I don't foresee people just being like, oh, ICOSA's dead. The yield's too low. I'm not going to touch it. Someone's going to do it. And people are going to sell off. Price is going to come down. And if someone's selling off a ton of it, most likely it's not because they were holding it liquid. It means that they were staking it and they doubled their money on it. They're like, screw this, I'm done. This is my ticket out. I still have my hex. I still have my hedron. And your hedron gives you more ICOSA on top of that. So you're not really missing out on ICOSA. You're still getting ICOSA yield through your hedron stake. And that's the other portion of it. So personally, I'm using half of my hedron yield to save for gas, grabbing the other half and putting it into that big stake and recompounding it every single time it comes loose. So the big one comes loose, I end it. Then the hedron one comes loose. I grab whatever I'm going to grab from that, put it together into that big wallet, and then recompound it again, and it'll be locked in for another year. And then all of a sudden, it's, the price went up 2x, but my bag went up 2x as well, worth of tokens. So 4x my money. I'm good with that. So, do some research, read something, write it down.
Well, the second round of HSIs, right, is coming around right now. The buybacks.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll get into that next if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to pull that up real quick? I just got to step out for like 1 minute.
Yeah, no worries. I'll pull it up.
Appreciate it. All right, perfect.
Yeah, so that will mean more yield, right? So all of the hedron that is used to buy the HSI buybacks gets burnt and gets distributed. Well, it just gets distributed to the stakers in ICOSA and hedron. So should be a lot of yield the next few
Did you
days.
miss me?
No, not yet. I was just saying.
No one
I was
misses. It's all
saying
good.
because of the HSI buybacks. Right now, there's the second go around of the 90 days. 'Cause I think it was like 90% of all of the HSIs bought back last time, and it was hundreds of T-shirts. So I don't even thousands, can't remember.
Yeah.
But 90% of that got sold to ICOSA. Over 90% from what I remember.
Oh, you
I
mean
might be
that big
wrong.
wallet that went in with like 50 t-shirts at a time?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that gets now we're going to the second round of HSI buybacks where it's like a lot of fucking T-shirts. Like we were
Yeah.
looking at it. We'll look at it now, but like all of the hedron that's used to buy these HSIs gets distributed to the stakers and hedron and ICOSA.
Yep.
So it's a good. We should be. It's going to be a lot of yield.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
at least the
beautiful.
next few days.
Yeah.
So where am I at? Oh, I gotta share something else. The window. Hold on. Ooh, I don't even think I got. Give me 1 second.
And yeah, do your thing. And also for people like, oh, the stakes are gonna run out for HSIs. Like, there are 4,079 unstarted auctions. A lot of them are B shares, but there's a good chunk of stuff coming up with like 50 t-shirts, 300 t-shirts later on. So there's plenty of meat left in the bone. And for as long as there's an R point or someone trying to, cash out without having to hurt the hex price or they think they see more value on the in ICOSA than they do with hex or hedron, whatever, they're going to turn those HSIs into ICOSA and try to, compound quicker than they would with hex. So, they might have 20,000, 50,000 ICOSA. So people are going to play things differently.
Yeah, so I got it pulled up right now. App.icosa.pro, the HSI auctions tab. This one just got sold. So they paid 2.8 billion hedron, and they got 31 T shares, 246,000 hex. So I'm pretty sure it's a discount. I haven't looked at it. I can pull it up but there's some big ones coming out. There's a $1 million hex stake HSI. Right now it's going to be and it's going to end in, well, it's going to start, the bidding will start in 2 hours and 45 minutes. Right now the current bid is 15 billion hedron, but yeah, that changes. Usually you got to wait till the last like 2-3 minutes and then get in there. There's a $2 million one in 3 hours, a $3 million one, same 3 hours, another $1 million one. Yeah, there's a lot of hex up for bid with these auctions. But yeah, like, I mean, I was in Spaces earlier. I told you, Allan. There's someone got $24,000 worth of hex staked for around $6,000 worth of hedron. So there's deals. Most of the deals, I think, from what people have been saying, have been around 10 to 20%, discounts. But you could still get super lucky like that guy did. Here, I'll do the math on this one, but do you want to talk while I was going to do the math of what kind of discount this guy got, where he paid 2.8 billion for 246,000 hex. Let me see. You there, buddy?
My bad, I was muted. I was talking to myself. I believe that's a 50% discount.
Yeah, so how when I was doing the bidding, I would go to Uniswap, and then I would go to the pools and like pretend I'm providing liquidity, and then I would just see how much that is worth. So I like, let's see.
Yeah.
I mean, Feynman said it made sense. I'm like, it
So
made sense to me. All right, so I put up Hex in one pair and then Hedron in the other pair. And let me see what Buddy got here. So he got 240.
243,000.
246,000 hex. So let me
31
put that on the Uniswap. Let's see how much that's worth in Hedron. Should I do it the other way around?
No, either way works. Look at that. Bro.
So 1, 2, 3.
That's about a half. Yeah, that's about a.
Yeah, it's worth
40.
5.2 billion Hedron.
Yeah.
Let me do it the
So
other way around because it's
well,
better.
it's about a 43 to 45% discount.
Wow, that's
So
a great deal.
yeah, can you imagine?
2.87.
Can you imagine turning it in like, here's a dollar, I'll give you $1.50 back. That's awesome. So actually, if you go to the look into Hedron, there is, I don't know if you've explored that one. Good HSI deals. Crypto Sloth.
No,
did
I
an
haven't
amazing
checked it
job.
out.
Bro, go look into hedron.com.
Yeah, so 2.87 billion Hedron is worth 134,500 hex. So pretty much this guy got another 130,000 hex for free, or another 110,000 hex for free.
That's insane.
Yeah,
That's
so there's
insane.
deals out there, man.
Yeah, they got 15 t-shirts for free essentially at a
Yeah.
discount. 15 extra t-shirts. That's what you would get. So if you go to look into hedron.com,
All right, I'll pull it
little
up.
Crypto Sloth, he did an amazing job. I mean, this website has been a lifesaver. I think at some point he might put a paywall on this, he said, but for now, I think it's free. Or he might leave this for free, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, so where am I? Okay.
Yep. So if you go to the tab that says good HSI deals.
Okay.
So click on any of those stakes. It says stake IDs. Click on any of them. Boom. So scroll down. So it'll give you deltas on both. So that's the value bid, the underlying ICOSA, cost to make the stake. So this literally shows you how much it would cost to make the stake. So I'm pretty sure that that current bid, that auction, unless it ended. Nope. Let's see, it's stake ID 678350. I think it's on there. Yep, 678350 is the third one down. If you want to click on the third one down, you want to scroll up and the third one down. Yep. Boom. Right there. That's right there. Good deal on the right side. Good deal relative to cost of making the stake today. So this guy got, or this person got a discount on a stake by $3,700 of $3,700 essentially. So you got a stake at a $3,700 discount if you care about the T-shares. Now, on the left is that other delta that once that number goes positive instead of negative 3,100, that's when you grab those stakes and you throw them in to capture that arbitrage point, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you sell your HSIs.
Yep.
For ICOSA.
Yep. But you can come here. He's doing the top 5, I think, with top 6 things. But I think he was going to do a few more later on his website. But if you're ever looking into things, you can also grab the contract code for the HSI. So if you look up, if you go to the auction and you look at the stake ID, you can go ahead and look up that stake ID on either Etherscan, or you can go over to what's the NFT marketplace, OpenSea, and you look it up and you find the stake, and you grab the contract address from that, and you paste it. It'll bring up that specific stake, and it'll tell you what the discount is for any stake that you can get the contract address for. So if you don't see one that you think you can afford in these top 6 right here, start looking at the ones that you think you can for the amount of HEDRON that you have, that you can bid. Grab the contract and you paste it on there. At least it used to allow you to do that. I don't think it's allowing you to do that anymore. Damn it. I might be thinking of something else. But that's an idea. I think that's what Sloth actually wants to add at the very bottom of it. I might be misremembering here. There's way too much information on this stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. The outlook, the look, it's not doing it for me, but
yeah, no, it's all good.
But yeah, I got my process down. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. I mean, if you're trying to get those T-shares and you want to get them at a discount and you have some HEDRON and you think you can, you have the guts to be spending gas, and you got to keep in mind gas prices as well, what that GUI is looking like. You can really make out. I mean, I picked up a bunch of B shares. I wasn't even focused on the full T shares because everyone's going for like a T share, 3 T shares, 7 T shares, whatever. No one was paying attention to the B shares, and I was getting, half the T shares at major discounts. Major discounts. I ended up getting one for like $20, like a half a T share, which is a sizable discount. You can get a half a T share for $20, minus the gas price, which I think I paid somewhere around maybe $3 or $4. So like $25, $26. I got a half a T-shirt, so I got a bunch of those little ones. And
how many did you lose? Because I lost a bunch.
Oh yeah, I lost a bunch too.
Spent like $100 on gas.
Yeah, I didn't do quite that much. I think I lost like 5, and then I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this. I got to stick to the smaller one. So I was doing half T-shirts. It had a decent amount of. Let me see if I can find a half T-share somewhere in here. I mean, let's see. Oh, geez, we don't have any.
Yeah, I can share my screen.
What have any T-shirts? Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah. So there's one that's 4100 hex. And I always rationalize all-time highs with these smaller stakes. It's worth about 0.58 T-shares. It has 40, I don't know if you, and it has a multiplier. So if you scroll down, it would be, it has 4100. I don't know if you can find it on the 4100X.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So I rationalize like 50 cents. All right.
15 hours from now, but
yeah, but I rationalize.
You got to be here at the time, man.
Yeah. So think about it. 4100X, you get it for $25, $30. At least I did. I got lucky with a couple of those. And I'm thinking at 50-cent hex, that's worth $2,000 that I just got for $25. I'm okay with that trade because I have faith in the system as to what it does. And this is staked out 555, that particular one, and it has a 10x on the HEDRON multiplier, so you can get some HEDRON at the end too, at a 10x. But people were going for those, like those 3 T shares. Yeah, that's what people were going for. 1.4 T shares, and everybody else was ignoring the B shares, which are going to be a thing.
Yeah, I see I caught these right here. It's like, let me get one of these. Yep. I'm staying away though. But yeah, there's so many.
Yep. A lot of good stuff out there, brother.
That's it for right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot more before. How many are left here? Let's see.
4,078. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot of auctions.
Yeah, it just sucks. You got to start it. So
yeah.
You got to spend, and obviously you're not going to win it if you start it. So you're just throwing away $2, whatever the cost is.
Yeah, I started 10 of them, and I didn't win.
I haven't started one yet, but
yeah. It's all good. I mean, I'm gonna let other people do it, and I think people got tired of using their gas on it. But the current amount of how many are on the chopping block right now?
There's so many. I mean, for
39.
the little guys like us,
Yeah, there's
all these thousand, many.
there's a lot.
There's enough to go around, and the bigger guys aren't gonna.
Yeah.
I think waiting three or so more cycles, 90-day cycles. The next few ones, I'll start a bunch of these small ones and
Give it a
capitalize
try.
on it.
Yeah, and I mean, if you get stuck where the gas price is way higher than the valuation of the stake, then you can just leave it on there, and it'll keep collecting yield. You're not gonna have a penalty on your ICOSA yield stake, so you can just leave it on there, and you can unlock it whenever you want. But I plead with people to try to understand the system and set
Here's
themselves
one
up.
for you, 200 hex right there.
Well, actually, I have a 5 hex HSI.
Oh,
Five.
here's the one.
There's a one. No, I didn't buy a 1. I bought a 5 hex one.
You and fucking famous. He's the only other guy's like, yeah, these $1 1 hex ones are
That's
fucking
awesome.
Amazing.
Oh, they're great, dude. I bought a 5 hex one. I do have a 555 1 hex stake.
Do you know how many airdrops you get from the 1 hex ones? It just makes sense.
Let's see. Hopperman 99. How much HEDRON to start all auctions? Well, who the hell knows? I'm not going to do that math. It depends on the amount of t-shirts each one represents. So they're all going to have different price points.
Yeah,
I
so
have no
it'll
idea how to
say here
calculate that.
in the starting bid tab.
Yeah, I mean, they started out
How much
small.
you have to pay.
I remember starting like a 5 t-shirt one with like
you're
60
getting
million.
it, dude. If you get it for that HEDRON, you'll be so happy. It's like a 90 or 95% discount or some shit. It just never it's gonna happen. You're just wasting the fee. You're wasting the $2 gas fee, and then or the $1 depending on Gwei, or the $3.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. There's a 1 t-shirt one. It's 6 million HEDRON, which is nothing to start it.
Yeah, the one.
But
Right
yeah,
here,
good fucking luck with that.
How much is that? Like $5, $2? Yeah.
Jeez, hold on. Let's
see.
6. What was it? 6.9.
It's 6.2 million HEDRON.
6.2. Yeah, it's like $10, $13.
Yeah, and the price of a t-shirt is $1,200. Yeah, so
Go figure. Yeah, someone's just gonna let that one go to you for 6 million HEDRON. Sure they are.
3 a.m. Wednesday night. Let's go.
No way. There's only 39.
Someone's always there.
Yeah, at the beginning was a little easier. When there was like, I think like 1,100. At some point there was like 3,000.
Yeah,
that's going on.
There's like eight ending every freaking 2 minutes. It was crazy.
It was insane, and a lot of them got.
I'm bidding on like 4 at a time, just
hoping one sticks.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it, and that's that.
But yeah, do you want to end it? I'm not sure. I think we covered a lot.
Yeah. And that was just ICOSA, man. That's great.
I mean, we can keep going. I just got to make the baby some food real quick.
No, it's all good, brother. Hold on. Hopperman has one more question though. If they all start, I wonder how much of supply ICOSA yield. A lot. A shit ton. Bro. Not gonna happen, but a shit ton. System won't allow that to happen.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. Let me look him up.
Yeah, you got to look up that bid, of course, but maybe. Yeah, that would be Louis C.K., brother. Sorry I missed that in the chat. I did not see that. What's your thoughts on OA LP while I'm moving on HEDRON? A couple of things, Marco, is a lot of people are theorizing that it's a sign of maybe the snapshot coming in for Pulse. I don't think that's likely the reason why. I do believe the OA moved it up in order for people to trade their hex in for HEDRON, and the OA wants to hold more of the supply because he's getting diluted on a daily basis. So those are my thoughts. Did I get left alone? Perfect.
All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
A
What's
minor,
good? What's
not a
good?
minor. Oh, that's beautiful. Jessel, you're a funny guy. Yeah, so I answered Marco Pola his question there. My thoughts is either a lot of people are saying it's the snapshot. That's why the OA moved the LP. I don't think that's likely why, because he moved the wall up. I believe that's what happened, and he's just looking people to trade their hacks for HEDRON, and he wants to get more of it so that he doesn't get diluted by the stakers. Yeah, Bill Burr's great, Hopper man.
Dude, I'm gonna pay out per t-shirt guy. I'm looking at it. I don't see under a 6.0. God damn, we've been getting 6.4, 6.2, 6.3, 6.8. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Everyone
Imagine
keep
that.
ESing for the small guys.
Yeah, do it. And that stuff. I'll take your money.
For the shrimpies like us. Thank you guys.
Yes. Like not Danny DeVito. Who was the guy from the Italian movies? Short guy. He's only in the Italian movies. Why am I blanking?
I'm bad with actor names, but I know who you're talking
Jesus.
about, right?
This is the
He was in
worst damn
Casino
crypto
and
show.
shit.
Somebody in the chat, help. Don't make me Google this. It's not Bill Burr. Casino.
That's my
Fast.
favorite comedian, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr? Yeah, he's
But
dope.
I always switch him. I always switch him up every few years, you know. He's been my flavor the last like 5 years.
Yeah, Louis C.K. for the win, bro. I mean, Dave Chappelle's the king of all fucking comedians right now. He's absolutely just murdering people.
Yeah, he's
left and right.
funny. Yeah, I used to love the Chappelle show.
Dude, I remember watching the Chappelle show when it first started. I told my buddy, I was, what, 15? I was like, bro, this is gonna be a great show on Comedy Central. It's gonna be the Chappelle show. He's like, nah, it's gonna be garbage. I was like, nah, it's gonna be funny. Yeah, that shit turned out to be fire. So if I was right about that, I'm probably right about ICOSA. Just saying. Correlation. So that's Joe Pesci is what I was talking about. And for the small staker people, just like Joe Pesci would say, you got a broken leg, fuck you, pay me. Your house burned down, fuck you, pay me. Anything that you do, fuck you, pay me every single time. So that's my t-shirt story. Fuck you, pay me on a daily basis.
That's what I tell the contract.
Perfect. All right, brother.
I guess that's it. I'll do the outro, man. Let me see
Yeah.
what other dumb shit I had. Oh, I was gonna say, did you see you go to Hexologist page, man? You'll get good.
What, on Twitter?
I'm in the wrong one. Yeah. If you click media, you want to see some here. I'll post some stuff he put up.
So
this is a goat Richard art. I don't know. It's just different RHs. If you're RH Maxi.
Jesus.
This is my new PFP.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. You were in Spaces. I saw one of the fat version of RH. So he's doing this with what, AI? Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, something like that probably. Yeah.
That's weird. Oh Jesus. This still
on
on the show. Upper man, can't wait for post-chain auctions. Yes, I know that wasn't a question. We're all waiting for that. I'm guessing you mean ICOSA and HEDRON and T-share state auctions. That's going to be cheap as all hell with the gas fees. Elon Hart.
That'll be my background going forward. But yeah, it's been real, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, everyone in the chat.
I'm gonna get on those ICOSA snakes.
There you go, brother. Let's take it up.
Thank you.
Peace.
What are you, some sort of Mexican?